Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. This is Jazan, and this is Zigfrak. Zigfrak is a game by Entheogen Studios. Entheogen, whatever that is, down here. Entheogen Studios, LLC. You can follow them on Twitter as well. This is a action space RPG-ish game. It's not really a space simulator, really, because it's almost in its own league. It's hard to explain what it is. It's not like Eve, and it's not like a lot of other space games where you go and follow a plot and do all this kind of stuff. This is more like an action RPG in space, where you go out and you get tons of loot drops and fight against enemies, and there doesn't appear to be dodging either, aside from like evasion and stuff like that, like an evasion stat. So we're gonna hop into Zigfrak. There's a fair amount to say about this game. The most poignantly thing that stands out to me is the user interface. It's really cluttered and confusing, in my opinion. I'll show you what I mean. It's a chore to like equip anything and do quests, and it's very unclear. It's confusing, the user interface. Aside from the user interface, I'll go into more in that in a minute. But aside from the user interface, it's overall an okay game. I don't play a ton of space shooter games myself, so I don't have a huge background in those games. It's loading right now. It has a very long loading time. It didn't freeze or anything, so we'll just bear with it. Takes a while to load. Basically, you get various missions, kill missions, to go to different sectors in space, and when you get there, you get attacked by a fair amount of enemies, and they all just start blasting at you, and it's just like a tank battle versus another tank battle. So here's the UI. My emergency jump drive is on cooldown, don't know why. We have skills down here that obviously your primary, secondary, etc. Just your usual combat things. Just an MMO style UI thing on the bottom here. Then you have your objective screen, which is itself not very clear because I don't know, it just isn't. Your ship is here. I'm cloaked right now. It flies pretty smoothly. It's easy to control, and use tab to select nearest and farthest targets. So you have your two different things right now. You have this UI or this quest menu here for some reason, and you have another one down here. You have another thing up here, and when you get into combat, it gets more confusing. We're gonna jump to another. Oh, I just docked on this ship on accident. So we're gonna dock on this space station and give you a quick look at your services. So you can repair items, visit vendor. This is all confusing. Go to the vendor, and then you have all your stuff, which is your normal space stuff idea, where you have all your different parts: ammo, fuel, hyperdrive, over shield, which is basically your energy shield, payload shield, regular shield. Oh, okay. This is like a hole then, I guess. Anyway, so you go in there, and then you have your different armor types, which it just tells you what it is, but it doesn't like compare it to what you have equipped really over the thing, and it's bearable in some RPGs, but this one, because you can't really just press E to look at what you have equipped or like anything like that. If you press I and you go to inventory, you can see what you have in your inventory, but it doesn't show you what you have equipped. It's really confusing, and now there's like 4 windows open with my inventory open, and it's all like lined up, and there's another one hanging over here on the edge. And so anyway, let's say I want to buy this regenerative armor that has some various stats. So I click on it. Oh, I bought it. Alright, well, I bought the armor. Now let's say I want to equip that armor. So I click it, and it shows me. Oh, okay. Let me get out of the vendor. And see, already it's a little bit confusing. All right, these are my equipped items. Am I out of the shop now? Okay, here's my equipment. So let's see. Say I want to equip this armor. I can equip it, or I click it, and then it takes me to this menu. It says I require level 9 to equip it, or I can break it down or something, or get rid of it, destroy it. So I can't even equip that. Let's do something I can equip. Like, see, I don't even understand the ammo. It's confusing. Okay, so I could probably equip this. So I'm gonna try and equip this propulsion system. So instead of just saying, okay, so I want to click that, I click it, and then what? It just puts what it shows here, right here. Okay, why? That's unnecessary and just confusing. So instead of doing that, you have an item option. You can either equip it or what? Is it better than what I have equipped before? How am I supposed to know? So you click equip, and then it shows you what you have equipped, and you got to figure it out there. So that's like a whole step that is unnecessary, first off, and it just adds to the confusion of the UI. Now, let me get into weapons and shit like that. Let me show you. I can't even explain these things. So we've got some weapons that I had purchased. And so, all right, so I have a Dusty Pulse Cannon and Emergency Pulse Cannon. They both do different things. So same thing. You got your thing. You gotta go and go to an extra menu for no reason. And so I have this equipped. It's a Shootington Dusty Cannon. It has those stats there, which are way worse, pretty much it seems, than what I have equipped. So I don't want to equip it. But then you have ammo, which is confusing. I'll show you why. So you have these different type of ammos. I'm gonna close those windows. So I can equip this, but what am I equipping it to? This requires level 6. Alright, so I can equip pulse ammo. Okay. How? What to what? So I click, I do it, and it equips. And it says I need a pulse weapon. Okay. So I can either equip this proton pulse ammo, or I can apply modifier. And what does that mean? Like, okay, so I did that, and I don't have any warheads, so I can't apply that modifier. So yeah, that's just the surface of the freaking confusing ass inventory screen. It makes me not even want to equip my character at all. Like why is the equipped thing a list? First off, it should be like a wireframe showing you where your weapons are, what they're equipped. It should show you, like, this cannon should be on a little wireframe of your ship, just to make it easier to read. Not because it looks prettier, but because it's easier to read. For instance, you should have a little wireframe of your ship right here with your cannon. Say the cannon's in the front, and then you have the cannon, and then your little ammo right below it, and boom. How hard is that? Instead, you have this confusing ass list that you just can't read. So, all right, enough with the inventory. So let's go to the world map. How do I do that again? Just M. All right. So this is the world map. It's not too surprising. That's a lot of these space games have real wide maps like this, but it's also not the most easy to figure out either. Like, it looks like I have a couple quests in the area here. Don't know what the colors are. Maybe that's difficulty from the distance I'm at. And then the bottom right shows the quests that you have. Top right, just more quests. But we're gonna click the ferrite. This is a 11.77 million miles away or something. So I'm gonna click it, and now it's selected. Where am I? I don't know. So we're just gonna do that, and we're warping. Now, Okay. I don't know what just happened. Alright, let's do this again. Click it. And... oh, yeah. Instead of like adding a clicking interface or anything, after you select it, you have to use a hotkey that it like briefly references during the hotkey, which is J. So it's selected, press J to jump. So it's gonna warp me there now to Ferrite. And that's another confusing part of the UI. Alright, so all those arrows around me are enemies and items that can be picked up and upgrades. So, and other targets. Like, let's see what that is. Mostly you're just clicking and it auto does things. Like, once I get closer to this, you click it and it'll like fill a bar or whatever. Which is okay with me. I don't mind that kind of system, personally. Like, I don't mind the combat at all. Is this an enemy? Should I shoot it? Okay, maybe I shouldn't have. This is probably a terrible idea. I'm dead. I don't know why I shot that. I thought it was derelict. Alright, well I'm gonna let myself die because I don't know. And I haven't died. I didn't die yet. 10 seconds. So when I respawn or something, whatever happens when I die, put all those numbers on my ship on the bottom. That's how much I get my ass kicked. Alright, so what happens now? Alright, so equipped items lost money and I lost durability and lost some money. Alright, so do I restart the mission? Looks like it, I don't know. And that's like a buff. Alright, so we're gonna do this again and not attack a mothership. But yeah, combat involves clicking, very much like that. Everything you do, you just click. I'm not doing the mothership right away. Oh, while I'm stealth. How do I unstealth? Am I stealth now? Okay. Oh, that's why I wasn't getting attacked. I was stealth. Alright, now I can't stealth again. Trying to get away, get out of combat. Alright, am I stealth? I'm stealth. Okay. Alright, so gotta check these hiding spaces on the bottom right. Have to clear evidence, check hiding spaces while I'm cloaked. Alright. Scan you. And there's a hiding place here. There's a closer one. I don't know. None of these are really closer. I'm trying to show you combat in a battle that isn't instant death. Okay, there's a... Okay, this last one. Now I need clear evidence. There's one last. This is probably all it is, just a stealth mission. This mission here. Okay, so jumping back to base. And we're gonna turn it in. So quests are just like click continue and you're done. So we're gonna go back to the world map. We're gonna go to cache and we're jumping there. This will probably be combat. Top says 0 of 30. Oh, it's another cloaking mission. Anyway, so combat would be something like this. You would select this guy, an enemy that is near you that looks like they're fighting. Just flew into a war zone. You click your target, and then you just spam your buttons, and you just pretty much spam your weapons until either they die or you die. When you kill them, your stats or your shields boost or something. It's like you heal up when you kill things, and that's pretty much the gist of combat. If this game had a decent UI, it might actually be fun. But because it's so confusing and difficult to equip anything on your character, on your ship, it's just way too difficult to play. The combat UI is fairly intuitive. I mean, all you do is you click and you attack, and tab selects nearby enemies, entered. I mean, it's all just simple keyboard commands, and it all works well. But the UI itself, with all these lists and menus all over the place, just is confusing, and it really could take some pointers off of a lot of other games out there, especially since this is more of an action-based game. You don't have time to be fumbling through all these lists and menus, and it's not fun looking at this instead of like a wireframe of your ship, or and it's confusing to not look at a wireframe of your ship when you're trying to equip something that has like 30 things that go onto your ship. What else can I say? There's unlockable skills, and the music and graphic fidelity are all pretty decent. They all look good, and I mean, it all looks fine. And for an indie game, it looks a lot nicer than expected, but the UI needs a lot of love. Needs a very large amount of love. This game is in full release. They'll probably do updates and stuff, but I don't expect them doing a lot with the UI, so take that as you will. I know I'm not going to put too much time into this game because of that. If the UI wasn't so damned awful, I would probably really enjoy playing this game, but because of that, I can't recommend it, and I can't play it either. But if it's your type of game, then have at it. I'll link the game's store site in the description. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. This is Zigfrak. You can get it on Steam, and I'll see you next time.